Alrighty, I see a question in chat in regards to attendance being recorded. If you were signed into River Life, when you click the link, you will see a blue bar at the bottom of the page reading that your attendance has been recorded. So make sure you're signed into River Life before you click that link. No problem. Alrighty, now before I move on, did anybody notice any errors on last meeting's minutes? Alrighty, thank you, Sophie. We're gonna go ahead and move along now. Let me go ahead and pull up the PowerPoint one more time. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and kick off the town hall portion of the event, and for that, I would like to bring out our IRSC President, Dr. Timothy Moore, and Andrew Treadwell, the President's Chief of Staff.
Thank you so much, and greetings to all today. I appreciate the opportunity to address you and talk with you. I'm excited to be here at the college and look forward to us being back on campus very shortly as we move forward past the COVID-19 pandemic, as it kind of settles into, unfortunately, a routine for us we're going to be dealing with for many years yet to come. I'm excited by our presence here. We're a national ranked program, our lowest cost provider of higher education in the state. I will tell you that I just see nothing but bright future for the college and for our graduates and our students. A couple of things I'm going to be working on in the next few weeks and months to come is looking at how we can elevate our brand even further within the federal space and emerge with some federal funding to expand and improve our reach and our engagement of the national level problems, cybersecurity being one of those, advanced technology for the workforce, and how we're going to train the new entrepreneurs for the future. Also, the thing I want to make sure we all touch on is I'm going to be working with industry partners. From my background, I've had a large repertoire of companies I've worked with, from Fortune 50 to Fortune 100 to Fortune 500 companies. And we're going to try to partner with them in ways that this college has heretofore never done. What does that mean for you as students and as graduates? What it means is you're going to have an opportunity to rub elbows with some very big companies, show that you have the capability and the power and the skill and the intellect to compete and win, and hopefully secure employment as soon as you walk across stage with your diploma or your certificate. And I think that's exciting because I think this is how we're going to transform the higher educational space to make it more functional, more economically empowering for each of our students and our graduates. So I look forward to working with you. I look forward to seeing you. Those that have not met me yet, I'm a very energetic person. I don't sit in my office very often. So number one, the doors to my office are always open, figuratively and literally. You come by the Massey building here on the Massey campus, and you'll see that the doors are open. You can have a Diet Coke or a bottle of water and sit down and grab a piece of candy and have a conversation, because I want to be available to you because I work for you. Second thing I want to make sure you're aware of is that I'm going to be out and about on campus. So stop me, talk to me, tell me what's going right, tell me what's not going right, and how I can help you. And then lastly, I want to make sure that you know that I'm sincere when I say this. When you're ready for that launch into the next phase of your career, come to me, come to my team. You bring me the letter and I'll sign it. I'll endorse and support and promote you as the biggest cheerleader you've ever had in terms of your career aspirations, whether that's in high tech, whether that's in vocational technology, whether that's in the fine arts, wherever you're trying to go, professional school, you name it. I want to help you succeed. That's my job. I brought a medical school to Auburn University a number of years back. That program now is producing 160 plus physicians per year. We're going to try to grow our allied health programs. We're going to try to do some novel things around our public safety complex. So all I ask you to do is stay tuned, stay engaged, and ask what's going on, because I'll share with you a lot, because I depend on you. You are our clients. You're our students, but you're our clients. And we're here to serve you and make sure that your success our success, that your pathway through our college is as frictionless, as smooth, and as professional as it possibly can be. When we don't hit our high marks, I need to know about it so we can address that issue and make your world better. I appreciate your adaptability to the technologies imposed upon us by COVID. I want to make sure you understand that we're here. We're going to reopen this campus promptly. We've heard that you want to be here to use our services, use the library, et cetera, and we're going to be doing that very shortly. So we'll work with you to do that in a way that is safe, that is inviting, and allows you to build that camaraderie that's so important during your college experience. So thank you for the opportunity to address you today. I look forward to any questions you might have and look forward to seeing you back on campus very, very soon.
Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Thank you.
We appreciate you joining us today. Andy, did you have anything you would like to say? Or are there any questions from students? Now's your time to ask.
Absolutely.
Well, let me just add that in addition to some of the oncoming branding, we're going to be reaching out to students a whole lot more. We want to interact with them, and certainly the CCG group here. There's going to be an enormous amount of opportunity for our students to be involved as we move forward. And that's going to include, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here, but our new president's go on an open door tour. So he's going to be out on all of our campuses. We're going to do sessions with our employees. We're also going to do sessions with our students. So if you prefer to meet in an in-person format, I think that's going to be intriguing to you. So look forward to getting word of that out and using our CCG, who has always been fantastic at spreading the good word of the college, as an avenue for sharing that communication. So again, thanks for the time today. You all are going to love Dr. Moore when you get to meet him.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Andy. One other thing I'll share with our students is this. The rebranding is going to include a new campus flag, and I'm going to ask you to consider that as a student body, you think about who that person is that most represents the values, the ethos, the grit, the determination of our students. We'll have the privilege of carrying that flag into our graduation ceremony each semester. And as a parting gift, you're going to take that flag home with you with our signatures on it, signifying that you're part of our family for the long haul for the future. So we're going to create some traditions here that I think are meaningful and will hopefully enrich your student experience here and make you understand that we're proud of you, proud to work with you, and we're here to serve you and make sure that your aspirations, your goals in life can be met through our educational process here, and that you're an important piece of our heritage here and be a important part of our future going forward as a country. And I thank you for the opportunity to address you today.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Moore.
You're most welcome.
One of the comments we have in the chat here is that, thank you, Dr. Moore. I'm very excited for the direction the college is going in. Thank you for your leadership.
My pleasure. Listen, it's all about you, the students, because you're the energy source here, and you achieved the Aspen Award. We're the #1 in the country, but we're gonna make sure that it's not just a one and done. We're gonna make sure this is a dynasty. We want you to be just as proud to come here and be proud 10 years down the road of what you were a part of, and watch how fast we grow. So we're gonna do a lot of things very quickly, and my team understands. I'm going to hold them to account. We're here to support our students. We're here to serve our students and make your experience on these campuses as good and positive and, as I said, pain-free and frictionless as possible.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time, y'all.
You're welcome.
All right. Take care. I've got to run to another meeting. I'm available. Doors are open, and I'll be around. And like I said, stop me when you see me. I'd love to hear your story because it's all about your story and how we make your story part of our story. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for the time today, and good luck. And we look forward to seeing you back on campus real soon. Okay? Thank you, Rochelle. And Rochelle, thank you for your comments yesterday and being such a staunch advocate for our students. Your message was powerful and it resonated. And I think it's heartfelt. I think it's appropriate and timely. So I want to commend you for that. And I commend our students for engaging you and opening up to you and telling you their thoughts, their positions, and their concerns. And we're going to address those and make sure that people have the very best education at the lowest price anywhere in the state of Florida.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Those conversations are not always easy to have, but they're definitely necessary.
Well, sometimes what we don't want to hear or don't like to hear is the thing we do need to hear. So we're going to be about truth to power, and we're going to be able to raise our expectations of performance and support our students to the next level. Again, thank you for what you're doing. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right,
Take care.
students. Well, that was a great message from our president. And Andy, did you want to say anything, or would you like me to?
He's coming back. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Well, you want me to kind of give you a segue into
Yes, that sounds
Sure,
great.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, Rochelle, thank you for that. And Dr. Moore has challenged us to get out and talk with our students a little bit more. Rochelle has been setting up some opportunities. So again, we wanted to make the introduction to you, our student leaders on campus, to our new president. But we also wanted to make this an opportunity to just receive some feedback, hear how things are going from you. One of the areas that I oversee on our campus is our communication and branding and marketing team. And we always like to know, what is it that's bringing students here in terms of how do you feel our brand is? What would you like to see changed? What is it what's the allure of IRSC to you? So, we like to talk about branding in that sense with all of our students. I also like to talk about experiences, good or bad. What has your experience been like from the front door all the way to your last class? I know that you guys run the gamut in terms of we have a unique number of clubs that really covers a wide variety of activities and areas of the college. So we like to hear what's going on in that respect. And then, of course, we live in a really unique time right now with COVID-19. So we kind of want to hear about your learning experiences and your needs on that front. How has it been going in terms of services? Are there areas that you'd like to see opened up a little more? Where is it that we can help your learning experience and get you to your goal better? So really, in those three areas, I've asked Rochelle to kind of moderate today. It is an open-ended debate and discussion. There's no wrong answers or wrong cues. You might even learn a few things that we might be able to help you with. Maybe there's something that's ongoing that you students are unaware of, and today's session can maybe enlighten that. So again, I just want to thank you in advance for any insight you might provide to your experiences here. You guys are a great sample size of the overall student population, and it's going to be fantastic getting to know all of you as we move forward through the end of the fall semester and into the spring 2021 semester. So Rochelle, with that, I hope you've got the platform to take it forward. And Erica, beautiful voice, well done. I may even have to log in to the rest of the CCG meetings that are going to be virtual just to hear one of the clubs take that on. That is impressive.
Thanks, Andy. We appreciate all your support. And yes, that opens up the floor. So as Andy was mentioning, we're going to focus on our brand of what is our brand? What drew you here to IRSC? And thanks, and your experiences and what's going on with COVID in the COVID world. So this platform is yours. All I ask is that you do raise your hand so that we can call on you and make this as seamless as possible, because we want to hear from all of you and we want to make sure that we're doing this in a timely fashion. I did ask to end about 10 minutes before 1:30, so about 1:20 we'll pass it back over to the CCG board so that they can run their open forum. So without further ado, anybody would like to share about their experiences here at IRSC or anything else they would like to share? I do want to encourage you all to think about this. There are times when your feedback is really asked for, and this is your time to share your journey. We want to hear from you, and we're really excited to hear from you. And so without further ado, I'm going to start with Brittany Sweeting from the basketball team. Go ahead, Brittany. Take the floor.
So far, my experience at Indian River State has been good from day one till now. The teachers are very much helpful. The tutoring sessions are helpful with tests and anything we're struggling with. The coaches are nice. The areas, everything is clean. Due to COVID, they keep everything up. The school lunch and breakfast is good. Everything's been good so far.
Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing that. And I know that you play for our women's basketball team, and we hope to see you guys back on the court soon and cheering you on.
Yes.
Joy, go ahead, girl, take the floor.
Hello, so I am a completely virtual student and I have absolutely loved everything about my time here at IRSC, and I hope to graduate this fall and then come back again for my bachelor's, again still here at IRSC. Teachers have been great. The main thing that brought me to IRSC was the availability of local assistance if I needed it, even though I'm on a virtual platform. The one thing that I would really enjoy more would be if there were more completely online bachelor options. That would be my greatest wish.
Thank you. Anybody else like to share? Victoria, go right ahead, sweetie.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I started coming to IRSC as a dual enrollment student, so I've been here for a while and I've really loved the support. I can't believe how amazing the professors I've gotten are. Just years of amazing professors. And I really love the community that IRSC has. I know a lot of people who go to IRSC and who choose IRSC. One thing I wish it had was a stronger pre-med program so that I could stay for my bachelor's if that was the one thing I could get. But yeah, overall, it's a great community, a great place to be, and it provides so many opportunities, especially for people who worry about affording college.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you are enjoying your experience here at the college, and that's what we like to hear. And stronger pre-med, I wish we could offer so much more bachelor's degrees, and hopefully that.
Rochelle, I popped back in because I was listening to that call. Let me touch on that for just a second, if you don't mind, for the student that
Yeah.
posed the question. I hear you loud and clear. Let me give you a couple of pointers. I started a med school up at Auburn. Started in 2011. That school opened in 2015. The gentleman that helped me do that is coming to visit us at the end of this month. And one of the things I'm looking for is ways to bolster our allied health sciences program, but also our pre-medical program and our post-baccalaureate program. So don't get too happy feet with going somewhere else to get the pre-med program. This medical college has graduates 600 doctors a year now between Blacksburg, Spartanburg, Auburn, Alabama, and Monroe, Louisiana. I would love to have a program here in the Fort Pierce area, in the Fort Pierce campus. So just stay tuned. It's a teaser out there, teaser alert. But I want to make sure you understand, I haven't lost sight. We're going to have a professional track program here to get our students where they want to go very cost effectively. Remember this, real medical schools want the whole person, not just the MCAT test and the GPA. You want to understand that you're committed to the long haul for the service of your community and your fellow citizens. I can sense that in you already, and we're going to build that process here one way or the other. So just stay tuned, okay?
Excellent. Thank you for
All
that.
right. Thanks. A great question. I'm going to drop off now. I'm going to leave you alone, Rochelle. You do your thing, okay?
Okay, all right, no problem. Awesome. So I see in the chat box suggest that we receive training on planning community service events. Love to volunteer. It's kind of difficult to switch to virtual events. Yes, and we would love to be out in the community more. And unfortunately, we do have to follow the CDC guidelines. And, that requires social distancing and face masks right now. There's still a mandate for St. Lucie County for us to be wearing masks. Obviously, the state government is moving differently towards that. However, we do have to take all those things into consideration when we're planning events for the utmost safety of you. God forbid we have an event and we're out in the community serving and one of you get infected with COVID. That puts a lot of responsibility on us as a college. So we are looking for so many different ways to keep you all engaged through virtual events. As you know, being involved in student government, we have virtual activities every single week. And we are doing virtual community service projects, but we have been lightening up a little bit with allowing students to do community service projects. I know that the science club, I saw that at one point Dr. Bartow was on the line, and we do have some beach cleanups going on and some other things that are working on in the community that is allowing students to do some community service opportunities. So if you're looking to do some of those, I would recommend that you reach out to your club advisor. And as long as there's a game plan that's going to ensure that our student safety, that is our number one priority, is your safety and making sure that you stay the most healthy as possible. Okay, so please talk to your advisors if you would like to see more face-to-face activities as we move forward to the spring semester. I foresee us doing more face-to-face activities as we are trying to push more students to come back to campus. I'm going to kind of lead this conversation a little bit so that we can get more of a, a general consensus of what is IRSC known for in the community with our brand? Let's start there. And so that might be another way for us to structure this conversation a little better. What can you tell me about our brand? You're more than welcome to use the chat box as well. Okay, Jane, go right ahead.
I know businesses are friendly with a lot of the business professors, and they purposely seek out our students because they have an understanding of our curriculum and what our students are capable of.
Okay. And so I have a question here. What is IRSC's brand? And that's basically, what is our reputation in the community? Why did you pick to come to IRSC? Obviously, we're all here for different reasons. How many of you have family members that have come to IRSC? How many of you have friends or relatives that have come to IRSC? What are we known for in the community? And that's what I mean by brand. It's the reputation of IRSC. Affordability, flexibility, local, love this, that's true. Came to IRSC for its affordability. We are the second most affordable college in the nation, and IRSC is greatly known for that. We get a, lower cost education, but quality education, and that is amazing. Classes at IRSC are priced very reasonably, and the college is much more personable than other colleges and universities. Thank you, Tiffany, for that. I came for the EMS and firefighting programs. Yes, so we have a competitive, good reputation for some of the programs that we offer here at the college. Absolutely. Billy, go right ahead.
Yeah, so before I started in the 2019-2020 fall semester, on the outside looking in, IRSC was known for its affordability, its flexibility with classes, and the fact that it was local. I was born and raised in Fort Pierce, and that meant something to me that I could also go to college in my hometown. So that was from the outside looking in. As I came to IRSC, as I was exposed to these different pathways for success, IRSC's brand to me became more than just the fact that the classes were reasonably priced, the fact that the education was quality. In spite of this fact, it also became a place where I can become the best version of myself, So I think when it comes to branding, it's what you see on the outside and what you see when you're inside. And for me, the inside matters just that much more. The fact that we can be student leaders here, we can get involved with these organizations that can help sorry, I lost my train of thought. That can help us build those resumes and get these titles so that we can better serve in our careers.
Thank
I
you
don't
so
know,
much.
of course, and does this resonate with any of the other student leaders in their respective organizations? Does anybody feel the same way?
Yes, and actually, I kind of want to add on to that with. Oh wait, sorry, wait.
Oh, go ahead, Robert.
I'm so sorry. Was I rude there? I don't know if I.
No,
spoke
actually,
out
you
of
were
turn.
right on cue, so no worries, no hard feelings. We want to just make this the most open platform for everyone to speak their mind, and I love the comments coming through the chat box. We are making note of all of those. Thank you so much for those of you participating.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a personal story where a couple years ago I used to live in Puerto Rico. I'm half Puerto Rican. I had to move there because my grandparents were there. We had to move there due to some personal reasons. And I've always sort of lived a life where I never really knew where I was going. I never really knew what my purpose was. I kind of had an idea of what my dreams were, but I never really had the courage to act out on it. I kind of just thought I was just kind of gonna wander around, not really be able to go to like I wouldn't really be able to go to a lot of like high educational places and stuff like that. And I just felt very like I was kind of like lost in the desert, so to speak. And then when the Hurricane Maria hit, I was in the island for about a month while all the electricity and water was down. And eventually I was able to get to Florida, where we stayed with my uncle for a while. But fast forwarding, I was in high school for a little bit. Then fast forwarding to IRSC, I went to some open houses, and I was so impressed with all the resources and all and like all the professors, and just it was like I was in Disney World, to be honest. And And the thing I was most surprised about was like learning that, oh wow, this is like the #1 community college in like the entire nation, and I had no idea about any of that, while I was in Puerto Rico. And so it kind of felt like fate in a way. It's like, what are the chances, 1 in a million chances, I end up near this place after a storm? So that was like a real thing where also due to some like other soul searching where I kind of found out what I wanted to do. I felt like that really boosted my like inner, I guess, my drive, right? My passion, my like, I was like, oh wow, I could really do this, and especially now, just like Billy said, now that I'm going in, now that I work with like the community club, I've made new friends, especially as someone who's always had trouble making friends, like the way that I've been able to really interact with people, when I first came here, it's just this, it's hard to describe in words. It's really hard to describe in words, but I guess it's just this really good feeling that, wow, I feel like I'm really making like progress, right? Like I'm really I'm moving, I'm climbing the stairs or stuff like that, making the climb. So that's always been a really good feeling, and I've been really getting a hold on my ambitions. I feel were kept solidifying, like they were solidifying harder and harder, and I could see the picture of the future clearer and clearer as time went on.
Thank you so much. Um, Thank you for sharing your story, and I'm so glad that you're having a great experience here at IRSC. That is our goal, is to provide our students the best collegiate experience possible, and that's why we're having conversations like this today. Asa, I see that you have your hand up. Would you like to speak?
Yes, so just really quickly to share this, coming from Liberia, West Africa, with a very low standard of education quality and transitioning to Indian River State College was, for me, it was very convenient because of all the support, especially from the academic support center. It made my transition very smooth and stress free. And also, I got the opportunity. I don't know much about other colleges in the area, but I know that I got the opportunity to work on my leadership skills and explore other potentials that I wasn't, aware of that I had. So that I think stands out the most for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So now we're going to shift gears again, and we're going to go to focusing on the college experience. Okay. So I've heard a lot about the resources we have, the clubs and organizations, the activities, the programs. So let's start from this top. When you started applying here, what was that transition like, and what was the roles with that? How did that go, the application process, and getting accustomed to the culture here at the college?
For me, it was very easy to navigate because the steps were just following each other like a domino effect. So if you go, like for me, I had to wait to qualify for in-state tuition. So I was taking one class per semester, but however, the records department just directs you exactly where you need to go and what you need to do. So it's like you have help throughout the steps. For me, it was very, like I said, stress-free, so it wasn't difficult for me at all.
Excellent. I'm so happy to hear about that. Anyone else? Fearly.
Um, as a student coming from like a foreign country, the what I could say is that the staff was amazing and extremely helpful. In 2 days period of time, I was able to navigate through the campus to find my classes, to know what papers I need to have, be able to register for classes on my own. So my experience overall was great, was amazing, and still is. And if we are to talk about professors, they're all amazing, and the relationships we have with each and every one of them are more than great. They're helpful, they answer to the emails, classes are great, participation is great. So my experience was and is great.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else like to share? Go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, I just had a small comment about the programs and in contrast to student organizations. One thing I would like to see as an improvement to the college is a sort of interconnectivity there, because it feels sometimes as if student organizations and the courses themselves, some of the instructors of which are also the advisors for some of these organizations. I feel like there could be a more connectiveness there, because it feels like sometimes there's two separate worlds. And when you try to, me as a student leader, when I try to bring up, hey, did you know IRSC offers this and this, um, in say American government, because I wanted to bring the legislative committee to my American government course to find prospective students who might want to join. Sometimes it feels like there are two separate things, and if there could be something in place where the instructors could let students know about these opportunities, so we don't have to go and seek them out during Club Rush. I feel like we would get more engagement with organizations that way.
Okay. And so this is where I challenge all of you as student leaders, we have a lot of faculty members that support what we do in student life. Okay. So as the student leaders, I always tell our CCG executive board, and Billy's one of them, is that, ask your faculty members, ask your professors, say, hey, I'm a member of the Campus Coalition government. I am the representative of the basketball team. I am on the swim team. I'm in Caring Through Crafting Club. Would it be okay if I get 2 seconds or 2 minutes up in front of the class or at the end of class just to talk a little bit about what we're doing? One of the things is that the reason why advisors don't necessarily go out there and push it as much is, I know some of them do, trust me. We have a lot of active advisors, but students are going to be more receptive to join clubs and organizations if you all are leading the way and talking about your mission. When Erica, Zane, and I get out there and we're doing presentations, yes, students are excited, they're engaged because we are, but they get much more energetic and more passion when you all are passionate about it. So your recruiting shouldn't always just happen at Club Rush. It should be happening every time it possibly. Even right now, most of you may be in virtual classes. Take an opportunity during some of your discussions that you have on Blackboard to talk about what you're doing and some of the activities that are going on. We have virtual activities going on, like I said, every single week, and we have events coming up in the spring semester, and use River Life as your great support for student life, because there is a lot of activity going on. And there are often times where students don't really know about all the resources we have. So if you've experienced some of the resources that we have on campus, whether it's student life resources, ASC lab, testing center, river support, any of those items, you want to make sure that you share those with our students, because sometimes they just don't know. And so not knowing isn't necessarily an excuse, but we want to make sure that we do our very best. Miss Erica is asking, is there anything we can do better? Student life, our admissions, our classes, our resources, our facilities. Go ahead, Robert. Robert, I don't know if you're muted or not.
I'm sorry. I think my the thing cut out for a second, so I didn't hear you. Okay, so one thing I would ask about is digital graphics major, and
Okay.
one thing I thought was that because of the COVID-19 situation, because of for all the distancing and making sure everyone's safe, I've mainly been taking synchronous classes, and as I was looking at like, okay, so what classes are there available for registration for next semester? I was wondering, oh wow, there's surprisingly not a lot of some of them don't have synchronous. Sometimes kind of only have online. Sometimes some of them are only one particular type. So I was wondering if there might be a chance to get in more synchronous classes because I really like that method. I have no idea how it works.
Are you meaning like more hybrid classes? What exactly do you mean when you say that?
Synchronous is like hit this right.
You're coming.
What we're doing versus over. I'm sorry. Synchronous is like how we're talking right now, and over video with the footage, with like the cameras.
Got you. So you're wanting more like video classes, more like maybe like live interactive classes that offer a virtual
Yeah,
360 kind of experience. That's a good
exactly.
suggestion.
Yeah, yeah.
If I could jump in here, Rochelle, we do offer synchronous classes, and synchronous is like if you were face to face and you're going to meet Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock, you still meet Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock, but it's just the instructor's virtual, you're virtual, but it's at that time. That's what synchronous means.
Yes, I got it once he mentioned it. I was having a hard time hearing him breaking in and out. Okay, so I noticed in the chat box you wish the pavilion and the pond were open at the Pruitt campus. I will definitely bring that up, and oftentimes I think that's because of it may be that the bridge is a little under weather. And so I will definitely let Dr. Arnold know that and kind of bring that up to him. Someone said they didn't know there was a pavilion over at the Pruitt campus. Yes, there's a pavilion and a nice bridge over at the Pruitt campus. Paola, you're saying VCC, that's the virtual campus, virtual connections club? So any other experience that you would like to share in terms of things that we can do better in our admissions, our classes, our resources, facilities, again with student life as well? More meal cards for food, some meal plans. Okay, thank you, Brittany. The wall between W building and KSU floods terribly. Don't know if there is something that can be done. Florida's generally built over a giant spot, but I figured I'd bring it up. Okay, I will let physical plant look at that. There may just be something with the way that the gutters are set up. We would love to see professors and students on Zoom or something like that. Lectures, interacting, staying online, but seeing lectures. Love lectures. Excellent. That's a good point, Christina. My program is online. I feel like professors should do a meet and greet so that we can see each other. Great feedback. What I recommend too is maybe bring up some of these topics to your professors and ask them, say, hey, can we do a meet and greet so we can all see each other and get to know each other? Some professors are going to be very receptive to your feedback. This is my first semester at IRSC. My classes are 100% virtual. I wish there would be a virtual live introduction meeting with professor and classmates. I would feel much more engaged and connected. Our introduction was just submitting a post to talk about ourselves. Students won't have time to read all the messages. Good feedback, Nor. Thank you for your comments. Online lectures are a great idea, maybe where the professors record their class sessions, post online for the virtual students. I think that would be great. Thank you, Sai. Does everybody like the hybrid method of classes? In other sessions, I've heard people say that they really like the hybrid and wish that would continue. You enjoy it. Thank you, Victoria. Really works. I personally enjoy either or. When you say haven't done a hybrid yet, so what is hybrid? Very good question. Hybrid is where you're coming to class maybe one day a week. Each professor does have it set up a little bit differently, but hybrid is where you're coming to class more than likely one day a week, and then you're doing the rest of your class materials online. Julie Diaz says, I really like the hybrid. Going once a week helps a lot. Excellent. So Joy says that she hasn't taken hybrid yet, but several of her classmates have the option of the hybrid. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so I'm going to switch gears a little bit because I know we're getting close to time. I have a few minutes. So what about the COVID, the way that we are at IRSC doing COVID? How does everybody feel about the services being provided? We have all subjects on the hybrid options. I don't believe we have all subjects on the hybrid options, but that again is good feedback to have. Like the masks being handed out at the KSU, awesome. I love the hybrid structure. Sometimes I get a bit lost with one of my class schedule of activities because it feels like we're just saying read 8 chapters and take a test once a month with no extra feedback. You think the response was very appropriate? I feel safe and the facilities are always clean. Thank you, Victoria. Our physical plant crew does a great job with keeping our campus beautiful. I feel like we are very fortunate enough to come to IRSC and see beautiful campuses every time we go to even any different campus. It's always, you get that feeling of IRSC when you're there. So Erica says, how is our COVID response? What do you want to see next semester? Wish that there was Joy is saying she wished there was a way to access our favorite tutors in the local ASC labs. Is there a way to be able to reach out to them? They are starting to take appointments for tutoring, so I would recommend that you reach out to your ASC lab on your campus and definitely reach out to them at the testing center. I mean, at the ASC lab. There is actually, you can do not tutoring, but at the library, they're all doing right now is you can do appointments to have appointments to do study sessions in there. So I would definitely reach out to your local library for that. I see more on-campus availability next semester. I hope IRSC keeps virtual classes. Would like to have a graduation in December, even if we have to sit 6 feet apart and wear masks. Tiffany, there is discussion right now on what graduation will look like in December. We will be having a graduation. The structure and the format is still up in the air and being planned as we speak. Is our school library open? It's open by appointment. So if it's for study sessions, so reach out to your local library. I hope to stay online and want to add, even without lectures, the teachers' feedback is amazing. We do still all know they are there for us, do a lot of teaching through their discussions and work. Okay. And Joy says, I'm really hoping graduation is to happen in person. So are we, Joy. We want to make sure that we're back in person as soon as possible. Will there be a graduation ceremony for students who graduated in the spring? Melanie, yes, there will be. Those students that were graduating in the spring 2020, they will be invited to come to our graduations for this academic year. No, you are right, Tiffany. Nothing has been sent out about graduation yet because we're still in the planning process. And Alexis Carlson is posting a link in the chat box for graduation. Alexis, would you mind sending that link to everyone for the appointments for the library? Thank you. I will be sure to make an appointment because I can concentrate better at the library. Excellent, Isabel. Thank you so much for that feedback. Katie, you said you just want the pandemic to be over. Absolutely. I believe everyone is feeling that way. Thank you, Alexis. Alexis put in the chat box the picktime.com/IRSC study space so that you can make your library appointments. Thank you for the resources and having my back, Alexis. I appreciate your support. All right, so does anybody have any other things they would like to say before I hand it back over to the Student Government Board? Okay, well, without further ado, I'm just going to turn it back over to Billy Hernandez, our CCG president. Thank you so much all for your time and your feedback. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much, Rochelle. I'm going to go ahead and open up the forum now. If anybody wants to let us know about their upcoming events, let the other organizations know so that they can bring this information back to their respective organizations, go ahead and raise your hand and I'll recognize you. Alrighty, Olivia Nicholas from PTK, go ahead.
So Phi Theta Kappa is we're joining with NSA to do pen pal letters, writing pen pals to residents at a nursing home in Sebastian. It's open to the entire school, and we really want people to join and, be friends with some residents who are really lonely. So if you want to do that, the event is on River Life, where you can get directions to the next step. And then also, NSA is hosting a virtual DKMS bone marrow drive. So if you're interested in becoming a bone marrow donor, the event will be going into River Life very soon, so look for that too. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Victoria Dearman from the Science Club.
Hi, so I just wanted to talk real quick about an event called A Day in the Life of the Indian River Lagoon that Science Club is going to be participating in this Saturday. We're super excited. We're sampling in right behind the St. Lucie County Aquarium. There was a lot of worry that things would be canceled because of COVID, but it was late enough in the year that we're going to, follow the guidelines and be safe. And it's really exciting because we get to do this huge project where there are so many other schools and groups participating on the same day in different sites all along the Indian River Lagoon. So it's really amazing to be able to feel that sense of community again, especially after kind of staying inside and just, talking over servers for so long as a group. We finally get to kind of see each other again. So we're really excited about that.
That's really great. I personally can't wait to see my writing club again after this pandemic is over. Alrighty. Do I have anybody else?
Billy, we have Roland from International Club. Next walk Saturday, October 31st at Lawnwood Stadium 745. I walk for the Alzheimer, and she has the link on the chat.
Alrighty, thank you so much. I'm also going to recognize Brittany from women's basketball. Go ahead.
Women's basketball have their first away game Saturday, so y'all can go on the Indian River State Instagram page and wish us all up.
Thank you so
Big up,
much.
Brittany. Let's go, women's basketball team. Woo, Lady Pioneers. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
So there is some stuff in the chat box if you all haven't seen. Maurice from the bookstore, he's our bookstore manager, said that the bookstore on the main campus is now offering smoothies. And so check it out. Go by there. There's lots of great stuff in the bookstore if you haven't been there. And Physical Plant, just a shout out to them for keeping the space germ free as much as possible. We love our Physical Plant staff, that we couldn't be here without them. Thank you, Maurice, for all you do for our students in the bookstore. Erica's saying that the game night is playing Among Us. That's coming up, I believe, tomorrow night. So you can check out that link that Erica submitted in the chat box. There's a couple walkathons going on. We have the walk for Alzheimer's. We have the breast cancer walk. There's some things going on with the science club. So make sure you are checking out River Life. There is things going on every single day.
Absolutely. And I want to go ahead and touch on Among Us. I know this game is taking the internet by storm at the moment, and we do also have a Discord, the details of which are going to be on that link that Erica shared with us. We've got more than 14 people already ready to join in and play with us on Thursday. So please, if you have Discord, or if you're interested in playing video games with some of the students at IRSC, click that link and find out more. Alrighty, and now do we have anybody else?
I would like to remind you about our Friday night event on October 30th, that we're actually going to watch a horror movie. So you could all be there from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you.
Of course.
I just want to mention that if there's advisors that want to join us during our virtual activities, please join us. Employees are welcome. This is a great opportunity for us to talk about that networking feature that we might be missing right now, and just being able to interact with people on campus or off campus in the virtual world. So yeah, the more the merrier. We want to see everybody involved. Can we get a McDonald's on campus? That's funny. Um, hey, who knows? Never know. We
Maybe.
have new leadership in town, so you never know what could happen. But we do have a food contract with Mets, so they are always our first choice with our food service. But we definitely hear your feedback, Brittany.
They definitely do deliver now with a pandemic, so can always have it IRSC thanks to DoorDash and what have you. Anyways, so for the open forum, oh, Isabel has a question. Are the printers available to use at the library?
Alexis, are you still on? Yes, she said yes, they are. Do they have to have an appointment, Alexis, to print? You can send it to the library at irsc.edu and they'll print it for you, and then you can come pick it up. And then tell them when you're coming, and they'll take care of it for you.
That's awesome.
You,
I'd love to
Alexis.
see how. Absolutely, I'd love to see how how our resources are able to combat this pandemic and still offer the very best to our students.
I see that there's another comment. Why does the mailroom close so early? They usually just go by, the flow of traffic, and typically they're open till 5 o'clock. But they leave at like 3 or 4 o'clock to go to the actual post office. So I will definitely talk to Michelle in the mailroom to find out about the hours. I know that Brittany, you live on campus. Is this also available for the St. Lucie West Campus Library? Yes, all the libraries are all connected and they're doing the same thing. You're welcome.
Alrighty. Do we have any more volunteers to let us know about their events so that we can bring them back to our organization? I see that CSF has some virtual Bible studies on Zoom. The latest group is on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. by Katie Stalter. Thank you so much. Alrighty. I also want to remind everybody to fill out the student faculty of the month nomination forms of Riverlife. Log in. Let us know who you think is doing the very best and representing pioneers the most. Now, if I can get a motion from the General Assembly to adjourn.
I motion.
I'm sorry, who was that?
That was Roland from International Club.
All right, thank you so much. And can I have a second, please?
Pedro Flores Carrello from Castine Math Club. I second that motion.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and adjourn today's meeting at 1:29 p.m. Thank you so much for attending, and please take this information back to your organizations.